Well, it takes more than a bit of rain to dampen the enthusiasm in these parts, especially when Ferrari are leading both world championships. The cathedral doors have been opened for the first time here at Imola since 2006, and the pilgrims have made their way for their Sunday service. Welcome around to round 4 of the Formula One World Championship in 2022. It's the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, and this, the Imola track, staging a World Championship Grand Prix for the 30th time. Top speed in the dry of 189 miles an hour, 1 DRS zone, 19 turns, and a run of 575 metres from pole to the first braking zone, where we saw in 2021 Hamilton and Verstappen tangling as Verstappen took the lead from third on the grid, where his teammate Sergio Perez starts today. Perez in the race came a cropper down at the Villeneuve chicane, sliding off into the gravel. Conditions very similar then to how we'll start this race today. And this was Lewis Hamilton sliding off the track. He was lucky to rejoin after a red flag and come back to finish on the podium. It is a damp start to the race here today. It's been raining for the last few hours, but has stopped in the last 20 minutes. So I think we will see the intermediates and the wets being used. Will we see the slick tyres as more rain is forecast to come during the course of this race? C4, C3 and C2, the slick compound tyres that we're using this weekend. Here's the starting grid then, and after a crash yesterday, Zhou Guanyu is forced to start from the pit lane. Nicholas Latifi starts last on the grid in 19th, just behind his teammate Alex Albon, with Pierre Gasly for AlphaTauri starting 17th. It's been a bad weekend so far for them. Esteban Ocon had a gearbox problem, but made up 3 places in the sprint to start 16th, alongside Lance Stroll. Lewis Hamilton, for the second time in 13 years, starts 14th, alongside Sebastian Vettel, who's 13th. Yuki Tsunoda made up places in the sprint race to take his spot, alongside George Russell, the lead Mercedes today. Mick Schumacher, a best ever grid start for him, alongside Fernando Alonso. Schumacher 10th, Alonso is 9th. Kevin Magnussen lost places in the sprint and is down to 8th, alongside Valtteri Bottas in the Alfa Romeo. Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris line up together on the 3rd row, McLaren's best grid spots of the season so far. It's Sergio Perez starting 3rd alongside Carlos Sainz, who went from 10th to 4th in the sprint yesterday. Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen on the front